Hi guys, welcome back to my YouTube channel. My name is Happy Boy. I'm Mrs. B, the Rich Advocate. Thank you for liking, for subscribing, for sharing my videos. We are growing and it's amazing. If you are new here, welcome. I hope you do stay. And if you are a returning subscriber, please always stay tuned for a new video and it's coming. So the past few videos were too academic, man. I've been talking about a little bit this, a little bit that, requirements, whatever. Please go check my videos if you want to know more about that. And I really do appreciate the support because the views are going up and high all the time. But today, I'm just there to actually address a question. I'm not sure if I'm about to talk or to address a question, but it's a question that I'm always like hesitant. Like, I don't know if I am not willing. I am actually willing to talk about it. It's just that I feel like it's more. It's better when I'm actually talking about it in person. If you were to ask me this question in person as compared to being asked on WhatsApp, because this is a question I get a lot when I sometimes post my husband or a picture of me and my husband, and I get to be asked this question, of which I actually love talking about it. I don't mind. But also, if it's on WhatsApp, it's not like an easy thing unless you ask me that question, and we can maybe talk on a phone call or something like that, or even a voice note, which is, a lot of people don't like voice notes. But anywho, but this is like a question. So now now I've moved from the law things. I'm now talking. So today's video will be talking. I will actually be addressing a question of, or answering a question of, how is it being married young? How does it feel being married young? And I don't know if I got married like young. I wasn't young. Okay, let me say I wasn't too young, because when I got married I was 24 years old. And yeah, so it's been like a year. So this year, December, will be 2 years of us being married. So I guess because I've been married, I might as well, actually do this video. It's more like a chilled video. I'm even using natural light. I'm on some, not to say the other videos are not chilled, but this one is literally one of those things where I felt like, let me just do this video, because I've always wanted to do it, but at the same time it's like, yeah, I am more willing to talk about it in person as compared to like answering it on WhatsApp or on Instagram or something like that, when I post a picture of my husband and I. So yeah, so today I'm answering that question of, how does it feel being married young, and how is marriage, and how is everything else like that. So I actually have a notebook where I kind of like written some points, because, not to say that I do not know them by heart, but also I don't want to leave anything. And I feel like this video was gonna be more better if Mr. B was here as well, so that he can also talk about how it has been for him being married. Although when we got married, he wasn't as young as I was, but also I wasn't young, so you can imagine what I'm talking about. You can actually try and get what I'm trying to say. So, but also before that, there's also like a whole lot of questions that, I hope this video won't be too long, but there's a whole lot of like questions that I get asked, and I know the young couples can actually relate to this. One of the famous ones is, when are you giving birth? Like, when are you guys having a child? Things like that. I know it's a personal thing, but some people really are genuine in asking that. They really genuinely want to know when, because seemingly when you get married, you automatically getting married to have kids, whereas there are some people are career people. They just want to focus on careers. Some people just don't want kids. Some people are trying. There's a whole lot of things. But that is the most asked question, like, when are you guys having a baby? When are you having a child? And things like that. If you want to know from me, don't worry, WhatsApp me, I will tell you. I'm joking, but yeah. So that is like one of the other questions. And also, like, how is it, like, which is the question that I'm going to talk about now, of how has it been for you, like being married young and things like that. So a few things that I have learned, or how my journey has been and still going, is number one, there's a lot of like relearning and unlearning, and also learning new things. That's another thing that I've realized when you are married, because yeah, I don't even think this has to do anything with being married young or married old or anything, but this has to do, I just believe it could be different with other people, but I believe this goes with any other married person, that there is a lot of learning of new things, there's a lot of relearning, there's a lot of unlearning, because remember, you spent so much years without this person. Since you were born, you were not staying with this person, and when you get married to them, there's a lot of things that will be different, there's a lot of things that will need to be different, you cannot always impose the way you used to do things into your marriage, simply because it might not work. Why? Because then you were doing them alone or with other people, but not with the person you are married to. So that is another thing, that is like the first thing I can talk about, like relearning, unlearning, and learning new things. Because for me, it's been a thing of, yeah, we do things differently, we come together. Now we need to kind of like find common ground, what works for us, instead of wanting to come with an old way of doing things, even when things do not work currently or at the moment with your spouse or with your husband or wife or whatever. So that is the first point that I actually got to realize in marriage. And another thing is that for me, what I can say is that it has been nice. Nothing much has changed really, apart from the fact that we stay together full time, and number two, families are involved, because remember, when you are still dating, sometimes you even hide your person, because I agree, black parents have this thing of, no, you can't date, you are still young. And then when you are 19, 20 years old, and they be like, when are you getting married? So we kind of like hide these things, we hide these things until it's time you get married with someone. So what it has been for me is that there's nothing that has changed, because he's still the same person, I am still the same person. As much as we are growing, same person, in terms of the same person that I got married to is still the same person. I'm not talking about there's no growth or anything like that. No, there is growth, obviously. When we grow, we learn, like I said, we relearn and things like that. So as a person, you develop and things like that. But other than that, in terms of the person that I got married to, there's nothing that has changed, really. So apart from saying that now families are involved, in the sense that we are known that we are married at home, like my home, his home, my parents, his parents, and things like that are involved in that sense. But other than that, there's nothing that has changed. I must say that we actually still dating, but it's the dating that has been legalized, if I have to say it like that. So yeah, for me, it has been good, it has been nice. There is no much changes really, apart from those few things that I mentioned, that we now stay together full time, and we are now husband and wife, and now families are involved. So yeah, that's how being married young has been for me. And yeah, other things are just things that we learn, and as we are in this journey of marriage. Yeah, there's nothing much really, but I'm sure if literally I was talking to someone in person, there was gonna be more that I was gonna say, and even talk about how we kind of like live at home, me and my husband, and things like that, of which, if you want to know more, if you're interested in that, is something I can do. It's a video I can do, and also it's I can actually even invite him to come do it with me if he agrees. So yeah, but it has been nice, it has been good. because one thing I've also learned is that you just must do what works for you, and your person. Because yeah, you come across a whole lot of things, not difficult or painful or sad things, but you come across a whole lot of things. There's the internet that shows you, there's like social media that shows you a whole lot of things. There's people that you come there are people that you come across, like some other young couples, and you realize that they do things differently. So if you do not do what works for you, you will end up wanting to be like other people. I'm not saying you shouldn't learn. Learning forms part of what I said in the beginning when I said you need to learn, to relearn, and unlearn. So you realize that you come across other people, like other young couples, and they do things a certain way. You could learn a thing or two from that, but not try to be them, so those are some of the things that I can say I have learned as well, in this process and in this journey, with my husband. So yeah, marriage in short, if I were to answer this for 1 mark, I would have said being married young has been nice, has been good. But what you need to know is you just need to do those few things, not even few things, but relearn, unlearn, be open to new things and for new things, and also be teachable and things like that, and realizing that is no longer about you alone and only, is also about the next person, which is your person, which is the person in this case, which is my Mr. B, so yeah. So okay, thank you so much for liking, for sharing. I hope you enjoyed this video, and I hope next time when I do this kind of videos, Mr. B is also here, so that he can also talk from a man's point of view and from my husband's point of view, if I have to put it that way. Hey, yeah, I'm getting carried away. Thank you so much for liking, for sharing. Please, I hope to see you in the next video. Stay tuned. I love you.